I'm Claire. I'm one of the business development executives at Eventmaster, and I'm joined with my colleagues Kieran and Leanne today. So it's a pleasure to have you here. The way that we're going to run the webinar today, I'll give you a bit of a background about who we are and what we do. We'll go through some of the features on our platform, our online ticketing platform, and then we'll go through the basic event setup. We're going to use the example of a Hyrox Simulation event. We'll go through some features and functions that we have on our platform that might be useful for Hyrox Simulation events in particular. But again, if you have any other questions, if you've maybe got other events that you're running that you think you could do through the platform, please just ask the questions away in the chat. And we'll also have some time at the end of the webinar to go through some more questions if anyone has any. So to give you a bit of a background about who Eventmaster are, we are a Limerick-based company. We host over 3,000 events on our platform annually. So we do the online ticketing for over 3,000 events on our platform, and there's about over 1.5 million tickets sold through our platform every year as well. We also have an integrated fundraising platform called Give to You. So that was sort of born in 2021 to create a seamless process between the registration and setting up of a fundraising page. And we also have a membership platform as well. So we do a lot of sort of big participation events through our platform. We have a partnership with the likes of Athletics Ireland through our membership platform. So we're sort of well used to selling tickets online, you could say. So what I would also say about Eventmaster is we ourselves are actually event organisers. So we would run the Cook Medical Mini Marathon, which is based in Limerick. And we've definitely designed the platform from an event organizer point of view. And a lot of the functionality that's been developed on our platform has been through suggestions from event organizers. We actually own our platform, so we're constantly developing it to make it better for event organizers and for people that are looking to attend events and purchase tickets. The platform's definitely very powerful, but we've also made sure that we've kept it really easy to use so that, we can support large event organisers, but also people that are maybe running 1 or 2 events a year and are just looking for a way to sell their tickets online and keep track of their registration. So to give you a bit of an overview of some of the features on our platform, when it comes to building the event, I'm actually going to do a live demonstration today. So we'll cover that very shortly, and we'll go through how you sort of set up an event on the platform. With the Eventmaster platform, you can also add in your own branding. So you can really put your own stamp on your event. When people can see your event, they're going to know immediately who's running the event and whether they want to get involved. We've got different ways for you to boost your revenue. You can add additional purchases or like optional donations if you're doing any charity events. And we also have built-in marketing communications. So if you're looking to reach out to people that are attending your events or people that have previously attended your events, you can market your events through the platform that way as well. We also have a free scanning app, so you can create a seamless check-in process for your events and sort of avoid any bottlenecks. You're not going to have a bit of paper printed off and be checking off names. You can use our free scanning app on any device, any mobile device, and it will allow you to validate people's tickets, but it'll also flag if, let's say, someone purchased the ticket but cancelled it, it would flag that it's not a valid ticket. And likewise, if your event was running across a few days and you had people on the Saturday turning up, they had a Sunday ticket, it would recognise things like that as well. So it's just helping you sort of keep track of who's in the event and whether they should be there or not. We also have live reporting, so you'll have access to the real-time reports on the platform. You will be able to access the booking reports and download all the participants' data. You can access this on a PC and also through your mobile phone. And similarly, on our scanning app, you'll have access to the scanning reports. So you'll be able to see sort of how many people have been scanned in, how many are still to go. And at the end, you'll see, from how many people purchased tickets, how many actually attended the event as well. Like I mentioned, we have our built-in newsletter tool. So this is a way that you can send critical information to all attendees of the events that you're running. So an example of this for, say, a Hyrox Simulation event might be that you are waiting until everyone's signed up to then allocate the wave allocations. You could then send out a critical newsletter to all attendees and include a link to the wave allocations so that people know ahead of the time what time are they setting off and can sort of arrive for that specific time. You can also use the newsletter tool to market your future events. So you can essentially, if you have an upcoming event, you can reach out to all previous attendees. We do have the GDPR side of things built into the platform as well. So when people are registering for the event, they will either grant their marketing communications their permission or not. And it's all built into the platform. So you can kind of have a bit of peace of mind that you're not having to sort of filter Excel sheets. You might send some marketing information to people who aren't supposed to be receiving it. You can avoid all of that by using the built-in marketing tools on the platform. When you're using Eventmaster, you can also get a free calendar of events widget. So if you have multiple events that you're running throughout the year, and let's say we're in January now, everyone's kind of on the health and fitness buzz, I suppose, in January with their New Year's resolutions. If you sit down and think, okay, we're going to run 4 events this year, let's mark them out, get them on the platform to start selling, you would then have a free calendar of events widget that you can use and you can put that onto your website. To give you an idea of what that looks like, we work with University of Limerick, and you can see that they use it. So they've got all their events here, and people can click in to get more information and purchase tickets for the event. So what is our pricing structure? So we use Stripe, that we operate through Stripe. And so you would connect a Stripe account once you're onboarded to the platform. So that you're aware, it's free to onboard to our platform. There's no cost for that. And when you are then receiving funds for when people are signing up for your event, all funds are going directly into your Stripe account in real time. So we aren't taking any of the money we don't hold it or anything. You get it in real time. Which can be slightly different to other platforms. Sometimes you might have to wait a week or so, but with Eventmaster, you get everything in real time. For tickets priced at £13.99 or less, there's a fixed booking charge of €1, which includes a banking charge. Now, what I would normally recommend to event organisers is you can actually pass along the booking fee to the attendees or the participants, and I would always recommend that event organisers do that. I would say that 99.9% of the time people are expecting to pay a booking fee, and it means that you're then able to use the Eventmaster platform as a cost zero structure. So you're not going to incur any fees if you're passing along the booking fee. So like I mentioned, for tickets priced at £13.99 or less, it's a fixed booking fee of €1. And for tickets priced at €14 or more, it's an Eventmaster fee of 4.5%, and then there's a Stripe fee of 2.5%. So that's a total of 7% on top of the ticket price. If you are running any free events throughout the year, free events are also free of charge on our platform. So there's no charge if you're running any free events. So that's just a quick overview of ourselves. Is there any questions from anyone? If you have any questions, just pop them in either the Q&A option or we've got the chat box as well. I'll move on now. So to give a bit of context as well, you might be wondering why we'd invited you to join our webinar today. So we found that in the last sort of 6 months, there's definitely been an increase in Hyrox affiliated gyms reaching out to us to set up their Hyrox Simulation events on our platform. They've maybe never used an online ticketing platform, and it's all been sort of pen and paper and a lot of admin on their side, or they've maybe used another platform that they've found hasn't worked great, and they're looking for the right solution. From the feedback that we've received from the Hyrox organisers, Hyrox Simulation organisers on our platform, is that our platform works really well for the sort of format of the event. Whether you're having multiple different categories or different time slots, you're able to configure that all on the platform. So you can see this is our event calendar that sits on our website, and you can filter the event calendar by category. So if you search Hyrox, you'll see that these are the current Hyrox simulation events that are on our platform. And you'll see that with the events, there's a lot of personalization here. So like I'd mentioned earlier, you can really put your own stamp on your event. People will be able to come on and easily identify your gym for when they're wanting to book tickets. So what I'll do is I'll click into the event editor now. So I've set up a sort of a test event just to go through what it's like to set up an event on our platform and just show you really how easy it is. Ultimately, there's 5 steps that you're going to go through. Now, like I mentioned before, we have really powerful functionality on the platform. What we've actually done with a lot of the sort of sections, we've defaulted it to what the majority of event organisers would set things to. So there's actually a lot on here. You can enter the basic information and then get your event published, and people can start registering straight away. There's functionality on here that you don't really need to touch. And if there is anything that you're curious about that we maybe don't cover in this webinar today, you can reach out to myself, Kieran, Leanne. We're always on hand to help out. So when you come into the event editor, first tab that we're into is details, and this is where you're just putting in the basic details. So your event name, your description, you can add a longer description if you would like. Select the genre and the category. So again, it's this event category that we searched for here. So it's just linked to the calendar as well. For SEO purposes, you can add in some keywords. And then we have our advanced settings. So this is the section that I was kind of mentioning. We've got a lot of things defaulted to what would be the sort of regular settings that the majority of event organisers would use. You've got things like your online sales dates. So you can close off the sales maybe 24 hours ahead of the event to allow you to get your booking report together, or you could do it even further in advance to allocate your wave times. We have a contact details section. So on the event page, this is what it looks like when a ticket holder or someone looking to register for the event comes onto the event page. We have a contact organizer button here. And when you click into here, you're able to send a query. And this query, once the message is sent, is going to be sent to this email address here. So it can also help you streamline your support queries that you might have coming through. You could maybe put in like a sort of admin or info inbox into that section so that you have all of your queries coming into one place. And just for peace of mind as well, none of this information is publicly available. So you'll see on the page that it's just a button that people are clicking. Your email isn't there if you're not wanting to give out your personal email. So the further settings down, a couple of the settings that I'm going to highlight to you, we're going to kind of look at these in a little bit further details with an order that I've put through, is enabling changing ticket types and manage my booking. So when someone purchases a ticket, they're able to log into their Eventmaster account, and in manage my booking, they can essentially manage their orders. So you can enable or disable functions like this, whether you want them to be able to change their ticket type or whether you want them to be able to transfer their tickets. So with the ticket transfers, that can be quite good with the sort of style of the event, I suppose. It can be common that people might get injured before the event, but they might have a friend that would want to take their ticket if they are injured and can't participate. So you can actually have it all happening through the platform where people are able to transfer their ticket. You can set that for a date range. So again, if you're wanting to make sure that you have an up-to-date booking report, you could disable ticket transfers a week or so before the event. So that's the first section, details tab, very quick to fill all that out. Like I said, a lot of it is default for you. And then you're adding in your dates. So with the dates, if your event is just one date, you would just be putting in one date here. You would have your start and your finish time, and you would just call it maybe the name of the event. But if you were wanting to have a 2-day event, it's just as simple as clicking add event date. And from here, you're filling out the exact same information. So if you were running a Hyrox simulation that was taking place over Saturday and Sunday, this is where you could add in your second date. For the webinar, we'll just keep it as one date. You also have default event reminders that get sent out to people. So this is default to 24 hours, but you can send 3 different reminders if you want to do it, maybe 24, 12, and then an hour before. This is all customizable as well. So there's a default event reminder that goes out, but you can pop in some customizable text. So let's say you're really for your event, you can only host the people that are participating. You might want to add into a reminder text, please don't bring any spectators along with you for venue capacity reasons. And that's the sort of stuff that you can add in here. And then just down at the bottom, you have where you can add the location of the event. So again, very quick and simple to fill out that second tab there on the dates. Does anyone have any questions? If you do, just pop them through. We'll also have some time at the end of the webinar as well that we can go through the questions as well. Moving on to the tickets tab. So this is where you're going to configure the different tickets that you might have. So as you can see, I've set up a women's singles, doubles, men's singles and men's doubles, mixed doubles, and a relay ticket type. So what's important to note here is that when you're setting up your ticket type, your available quantity is essentially how many tickets are going to be produced and how many of the tickets do you have available. So you'll see here that I've input that the available quantity is 30. So I have 30 women's singles tickets available, so there will be 30 women taking part if this was to sell out. You're popping in your base price, so your price for the ticket, the fee's automatically added. And then if we look at the women's doubles tickets, so if I am having 30 women's doubles, because they are doubles and it's going to be 2 people per double, that's the available quantity I've just popped in at 60. So for your singles tickets, it's obviously just 1 per however many singles you have. For your doubles tickets, it's essentially 2 for however many doubles teams you're having because there's 2 people on the doubles teams. You'll also see in the advanced settings for the doubles tickets, down here at the e-tickets amount, I've input the quantity of 2. So what that essentially means is that when someone goes in to book a doubles ticket, they'll produce 2 tickets and they'll fill out the details for themselves and whoever they are partnering with. So that would be another difference between the women's and the singles and the doubles. Excuse me. Likewise for the relay, if you are having a relay of 4 people, you'll see that the e-tickets amount is 4 down here as well, and the quantity's just been times by 4 for however many people. Leanne, I might get you to talk a little bit about the organizer hub that you have set up.
Yeah, of course. For this, obviously there's so much in the platform, so don't worry about having to remember everything we go through today on the webinar. With the organizer hub, you'll have access to it through your Eventmaster profile, and it essentially you can search for any resources that you need. So if you're trying to remember how to edit tickets or how to edit dates or even do something more advanced, there's a guide for absolutely every single feature on the platform. So you'll have access to all those, which have step-by-step guides with screenshots or videos. So whatever way you find useful to kind of learn or kind of visualize or see what you have to do, that's all there for you. And then likewise, we're always available for a chat as well if you want to call or email any of us for any support with setting up your event as well.
Thanks, Leanne. So yeah, like Leanne said, we have the organizer support here, all searchable. And if you have any questions on like the advanced settings and what maybe like an access key is and what would you use that for, you can just search in the organizer hub. And Leanne's made up some really easy to use help guides there. Um, so that's your tickets. Like I said, you've got a lot of advanced features that are kind of set as default. You can set up like early bird pricing, whether you want people to show the remaining quantity of the tickets, if you're wanting to put some urgency on the selling of the tickets. And that's kind of everything that you've got there in your ticket section. The next section that's up is the design section. So this is where you can put your own stamp on things. You can add in your banner image, you can pop in your logo, edit your custom colors, so that again, when people are landing onto the page, they're able to identify that it's your gym straight away. You're also able just to see a sort of preview of what it'll look like, the way that you've got your ticket set up, your fee, and then your subtotal. And then finally, we have our advanced tab. So in the advanced tab, as you can see, there's a lot of functions down here on the left-hand side. So we're not going to cover everything today. Again, those support guides are really great if you have any questions that you're wanting to go and maybe read a little bit more about yourself, or likewise, we're always on hand. Some, I suppose, Hyrox simulation specific things that you might be interested in would be the likes of the access code. So if I show you the event I have set up here, I've actually put in an access code. So, what we've found is that the Hyrox simulation events can be so popular that if you straight away open it up to the public, before giving your maybe club members priority access, that some club members might actually miss out on getting a ticket because they go so quickly with the public sale. So what you can actually do is set up some access codes, as you can see that I've done in the back end here. So I've just set up a test code. You can then allow people to enter maybe for 24 hours before the sort of general sale so that club members can have priority access. Once they click into it, they will then be able to purchase their tickets. And you can have it set so that the access code is automatically lifted at a certain date and time. So like I said, if you wanted to put the event on sale today at 5 p.m. for 24 hours, you would have the code automatically lifted tomorrow at 5 p.m. So that can just be a good way to sort of give your club members priority. If you have any sort of like member ID that the club members use, you can actually upload that as a list here as a new code, and then they would be able to use their member ID as the code. And that will also download into the booking report as well. So you'll be able to see who booked under what code, and it'll help you keep track to make sure that everyone's using their own code to access the event. In the order form, so this is the information that people will be, sorry, people will be filling out when they're signing up for the event. So if I select a singles ticket here, this is what the order form looks like from the user point of view. So you can add in custom questions here. So as you can see, I've added in, so a lot of the information here would be sort of, again, default, and you can add and remove information as you need. So I added in club name. You'll see that there. I've also added in a custom question of an estimated finish time. So this would help you with your wave allocations. So when people select their answer, again, this will all download into the booking report. The booking report essentially is, I'll show you it here. So this is the report section of the tab. You can see that we're in booking reports. If we download this and open this up, you'll see that it's just an Excel spreadsheet. So you can filter this as you need. These are just a couple test orders that I put through. And you can find where they've popped in their estimated finish time. You would be able to filter the spreadsheet by people's estimated finish time, by their ticket types, if you're wanting to sort of categorize them by gender or whether it's a mixed team. And then you could create your wave allocations from there. That's like the reporting side of things. You also can just download like a financial report. In the event setup as well, you can also add additional purchases. So if you have any like merchandise for your gym, you could add in like your t-shirts or things like that. If you were partnering with a local charity and wanted to pop in an optional donation, you can do that as well. I don't think I mentioned, but we actually have over 400 charities on our integrated fundraising platform. And in the instance that it's a charity that's on our platform you're raising funds for, you can actually connect their Stripe account so that the funds can be sent directly to them as well. So just another option if you're doing any charity events. So yeah, in the order form, you collect everyone's data. This is where you'll see that the GDPR is built into this order form. So you've got whether people would like to be contacted by you. So if people are ticking yes, please, it means that if you're marketing any future events, they'll be able to receive the marketing newsletter through the platform. Like I said, there's a whole host of sort of functionality here on the left-hand side. You've got your access codes. You can also add your price discounts. So again, if you were wanting to add discounts for club members, you could set that up. You also have some more customization in here. So you can customize the likes of your tickets. But a really useful feature is just down at the bottom in actions. So you're not always having to reinvent the wheel if you're using the Eventmaster platform. If you find that you set up one event with us to see how things go, everything works well, and you decide this is what we want to do and this is going to be sort of the same format, you can actually just use the copy as button. What this will allow you to do is just copy the event the exact same as it is here. And it means that you're not always having to, add in your customized questions to the order forms. That'll all get copied across. And it means that if you spend, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes setting up your first event, you might spend 2 minutes setting up your next because it's just a case of editing the dates. We are always on hand. It would be great if you are setting up any events for us to maybe set it up together so that we can show you sort of go through it again. And if you're needing any support or just curious about anything, we can sort of go through the bits of functionality. But that essentially is the event setup in a nutshell. If you've got any questions, again, please feel free to pop them into the chat or use the Q&A feature on Teams. And what I'll do is I'll move on just to show you. So we've covered the reports. So this, when you're logged into the platform, when people have made orders and purchased tickets through the registration page, this is where you'd be able to monitor and manage all your orders. So it's just in the orders tab. You can search for your orders and you can filter by the event that you're doing. And then you'll see that we've got one order here. And if I click in to view this, this is where you can do a whole host of things. So if someone's saying, oh, I've deleted my ticket, I deleted the email, you can resend their ticket. If someone's getting in touch to say, actually, my friends and myself have booked in for women's doubles, but we've decided that we want to take part on our own, you can change the tickets and you could change the tickets to women's singles tickets. If there is a price difference, so you'll see that I put this ticket through with a discount code, but if there is a price difference, you can decide whether you want to charge them for it. So in the example where I've purchased a women's doubles tickets and I've paid 80 for me and my friend, and the singles tickets is €40, you wouldn't actually want to charge for that because I've already paid the 40 for myself and my friend's paid the 40 for herself. So you would just issue a new ticket. If you are looking to pay, or for the customer to pay, you can just send a payment form to the customer. Once you select that, they'll get an email with a link to complete their payment. And once they do complete their payment, then their new ticket would be issued. I return to the order. Um, this is where you can also manage the orders. You can, if someone was looking to cancel their ticket, you can either cancel the whole order, so both tickets together, or if you were just cancelling one ticket in the order, you can select here. Now you don't see this here, but this says proceed without refund. When people do pay for their ticket, there's another box here that says proceed with refund, and you can process the refunds through the platform as well. And then from a ticket holder point of view and what it looks like from their managing their tickets, if we click into here, um, so this is the order that I've selected. So this is within my tickets and I can see my order. Now, as I mentioned when we were in the event setup, just back in the details tab, down the bottom, I had mentioned that I had enabled change in ticket types and manage my booking, and also the ticket transfers and manage my booking. So this is where the ticket holders are able to do that. So if I was wanting to go in and again change from a women's doubles to change both tickets to women's singles, I would be able to go in to manage my booking and change that there. And then likewise, if I was looking to transfer my ticket to someone else, I would just select ticket transfer, pop in their details, first name, last name, and email. And then when I click start transfer, whoever I'm transferring to, whatever email address I've put in here, they would receive an email with a link to confirm the transfer. It's important to note that the ticket transfer isn't complete until the person receiving the ticket does go on and accept that transfer. Um, so that's just again, you can enable. I have these functions enabled, but you can also disable them. So if you're really wanting to restrict what people can edit, you can disable these functions on the platform as well. So it's been a very quick overview as to what our platform can do and sort of how you'd set up a Hyrox simulation event. Like I mentioned, we have a whole host of different events that we run on our platform. And if you've got something that maybe isn't a Hyrox simulation event, definitely reach out to us. I'm sure that it's something that we would be able to have on our platform. Leanne, Kieran, do you have anything else that you would like to add that you think would be useful?
I think you covered it all pretty well, Claire. I think like from the customization point, like obviously it can be as easy or advanced as you'd like it to in terms of those different options. Like we don't operate any kind of tiered structures in terms of like different organizers having access to different things. Like everyone can use it, the system fully. And as well, like those kind of the built-in marketing tools with your discounts so you can really engage with your members and kind of give them control with their orders as well. It can be like really impactful. And yeah, no, and then obviously all the supports are there for you. We don't expect anyone to be a full expert after one webinar, but I think from what we've seen over the last while is that the move over to the platform has worked really well because you have the really good um data being captured of the participants compared to other platforms. So it works really well. And then, we're finding, more and more once people have set up one event here, they're kind of sticking with us as well. So hopefully everyone found it useful and we'd love to chat to you more.
Yeah, definitely. Before everyone goes, if you do have any questions, just once again, please feel free to ask them. And I think Leanne kind of touched on it there, that, you know, even if you're thinking about using the platform, definitely just try it out. set up one event, see how it goes for you. We would be on hand to support you with that and see how you find the platform. If you find it useful, we can then look at maybe setting up future events for you as well. Perfect. I don't think there's any questions coming through. Um, Thanks so much, everybody, for attending. Really appreciate your time. And like we say, you can reach out to us. So our email address, if I've probably been in touch with you, I'm sure that Kieran's been in touch with you, some of you as well. So please feel free to drop us an email, and we can help you get your event set up.